Hey there, Alex Kidman here. Well, that's not actually me, that's just a Godzilla for scale. But every once in a while, a product comes in that makes me feel old. And nothing like a Polaroid camera to make you feel old, but in this case, also made me feel a little bit odd. And that's because what I'm testing today is the Thrasher Polaroid camera. And, well, here it is. Big old thing, really, really interesting design. But there's a couple of things I've got to say before I start unboxing it, before I start testing it. First and foremost, Polaroid sent me this camera for review. I do not pay my own money for it. That makes no difference in terms of what I'm going to say in this review. But also, I don't want to patronize anyone. This is obviously a tie-up with Thrasher, the skating magazine, that whole skating subculture. I've got to be honest here, I'm not one of you. I may as well throw the most obvious meme possible in here. But yeah, look, I'm not a skater, and I'm not going to pretend to be for the purposes of this video. Obviously, this particular model of the Polaroid Now Generation 3 camera is specifically targeted at fans of that subculture, as members of that subculture, I suppose I should say. There's also an accompanying film, and they also sent me some of that, so that's just there. That's 8 shots with Thrasher suitable style frames around it, and you're going to know if you're going to want that or not. I'm also just interested because, honestly, it's been such a long time since I've used a Polaroid camera, and yes, I am actually old enough that this is not ironic retro. This is just, hey, this was something that was around back when I was younger. Yeah, I'm that old. I can deal with that. Can you? But anyway, I've talked long enough. I'll get on with the unboxing first and foremost. And if you've watched any of my unboxings, you'll know that what I tend to do here is I just go for it with the help of my handy dandy scissors to kind of see what's inside the package. I'm going to try and be careful because I can kind of respect that as a special edition, the art on the side actually matters. This is not just, hey, here's another bland retail box. It actually has a little bit of cultural meaning to it. Some people are really going to like and love this style. Others are going to look at it and go, God, why would you pay extra for that? I don't think there's room for both viewpoints, really. I am taking my sweet time getting this side tape off. But as I say, I'm just trying to be kind of careful. Also, because I have genuinely not unpacked this yet, so I don't actually know what's inside or how it's going to look or how much that tape on the side is still going to stick. I did say that I just kind of go for these things, right? There we go. That's a bit better. That feels like that's lifting up now. Okay, so we open that up to reveal the camera within, and I mean, gee, you can already see that's quite ostentatious. It's going to stand out. You're certainly not going to lose it in a darkened room. I'm going to try and take it out without dropping it, because that feels like it would be sensible. And yeah, we are very much talking classic Polaroid style. So this is a big, physically large camera. I'll get that out of the plastic in a second. But also in the box, there's a very, very small lanyard strap that appears to just be standard Polaroid fare, though. Nothing particularly Thrasher specific about that. And then we've got instructions, I'm presuming, on the side here. Yep, quick start guide, and then the safety and compliance documentation. And then there's nothing else in the box. So I'm going to put the box to the side there. Let's get this out of its plastic. Plastic. And then tape there. And then the rest of the camera should be able to come out here. And look, as I said at the outset, I'm not in this particular subculture. I don't want to lie to people. But I've got to say, I kind of like that. Just for it being so very much, it really is a standout kind of thing. And I think anyone using a Polaroid camera in this day and age are very much using it to kind of stand out, to kind of, well, I suppose there's a certain virality to it, and one can argue about that. But you're going to stand out regardless, just because you're taking photos with something that isn't a smartphone. And this is going to stand out amongst the standouts. It really, truly is. But I'd be interested in people's viewpoints about what they think about it. I am going to go and take shots now. Like the rest of the iTouch film, the Thrasher pack is only 8 shots. I'm only going to be able to take 8 photos because that's all I've got, unless this thing comes preloaded with film, and I don't believe it does. I guess I'll find out. I'm only going to be able to take 8 photos, so this is not actually going to take me all that long to review. I am actually going to go on, well, what I plan to be a little trip for the weekend. We'll see how that goes. Hey there, Alex here again, just reminding you to like, comment, subscribe, hype, and possibly support the channel, because creating content like this does take some time, does take some effort, and I'd like to be able to keep on doing this, but I can only do this with viewer support.